The Drop with Frank and Brian is officially brought to you by Switch Suspension. Switch Suspension specializes in all vehicle chassis components. Lift kits, lowering kits, air ride suspension, wheels, tires, steering, and brake upgrades. They use all the best products from the best brands. And these guys are truck guys. You roll into their parking lot at the shop and they all drive custom vehicles. So they use their products that they sell on their own vehicles. So if you guys are looking for anything for your vehicles, whether you're just starting out or you just need some replacement parts or whatever, give them a call or visit their website, switchsuspension.com. What's up, guys? We're at Rolling with Red Rocks, and we have an announcement.
We have a brand new giveaway going down. We have a Kenwood head unit and a backup camera.
And a t-shirt.
And a t-shirt, courtesy of Chris from Allen Ed's Escondido. This is our new giveaway, part of our new giveaway. And all you got to do to enter is either go to livelifecustom.com,
grinder-tv.com.
and for every $5 you guys spend, you get one entry to the drawing.
And we have new banner. You have new banner on there.
We have new banners. We have koozies. We're going to have some new shirts coming pretty soon, so keep an eye out.
Yeah, thanks. Enjoy the podcast.
Not with there it is, mother. So last week's episode, when I restarted my road, it jumped the gain up again. That's why it was messed up.
Oh, because you had to go and reset the game. Oh, you have to do that every time you like restart the program?
I don't know. I haven't been,
That's
but
weird.
last week I did.
mine.
But before that, no, yours is fine.
Yeah, I'm still at 10. I'm good.
Yeah, so I have mine down at 6. So
Should I put mine down more, or is mine sounding okay?
I don't know. It just sounds. But last week my thing wasn't working for the first like 6 minutes of the conversation, and then it was distorted, and then I turned it down, but it was still loud. And
No one after that. No one even like commented or said anything about like.
They did.
Oh, they did. Oh, they did?
Yeah. I had 3 or 4 people hit me up, and they're like,
Oh,
hey,
like-
did we miss half the conversation?
Okay.
Your stuff was distorted, and then it got better, and it's like.
Oh, okay. Because I was just going by like YouTube comments and stuff, but yeah. So people don't or people want to know or don't want to know why you're only filming jets now.
Oh yes, that's that.
We're not even gonna go into it. We're just gonna leave it at that. Brian's gonna start filming jets and not trucks anymore. Sorry.
Jets and diesel trucks.
Jets and diesel trucks. That's where the money's at.
Trying to make money. Yeah.
Not in this mini truck and stuff.
Don't be a hater.
I wasn't hating.
Not you. I'm talking to
okay.
everyone else.
I'm fine.
But
no. Right. Like when people say like, have you ever? Well, I guess we should contextualize this. You said you said you don't watch Seinfeld. I said, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I try not to do that. Like if someone says like, hey, have you ever seen the Goonies? And they go no, and you know how most people are like, how could you not see that? Yeah. Just like some people haven't seen it, so you just go, oh, you should check it out. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
And
you're also stupid.
Jeez. All right, there's that positivity out the window. How are you doing? What's going on? How are you?
I am good. What is today? This is episode what?
59. We're just rolling along, dude. We're just rolling along.
And what's the date today? I write these down.
Today is the 15th of June.
2023.
2023.
See, I write all that down in my notes. So that way, when I'm going to bury this one day when this podcast is, when we're like, you know what? I hate you. And you're like, I hate you too. And then we end this whole thing.
Right.
And then I'm going to bury this with the hard drive with all the episodes backed up in the backyard. And then I don't know when someone will find it.
That's all. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
But I have a surprise for you today.
Oh, I got like surprises. Oh man.
Notes.
Look at all those. What the heck's going on?
Dude, 2 pages of them.
Are those from the questions?
I got a lot of grievances. No, just kidding. Yeah, no, they're from the questions.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just my list of complaints for this week.
Oh, I thought you were stopping doing that.
No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. It's for questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm all good about it. I just did. You said last week you were trying to be better, and then right now you said you're trying to be better.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Now I'm better. I wrote stuff down.
I also have complaints.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Just about the world in general.
I mean,
about the annoying people that were sitting behind us at the concert last night.
Well, let's get into it. I really want to know about that. So last night you were.
Yesterday we left here, our house, and we went to Scottsdale to like this cool bakery place, and then we drove down to downtown Phoenix and parked and walked to this really good pizza place that I've been wanting to try forever. Pizzeria Bianco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's rated the #1 pizza place in the United States.
I mean, that's a bold claim.
The New York Times said it.
I mean, there are a lot of pizza places and you have like New York style pizza.
These are from this is from, like, if you Google this chef's name, he's got 2 locations here and 1 in Los Angeles. The original one was here, and it's like, that's it. Like, all the chefs and everything are just like, to do pizza, you go through this one first.
What's the name of it?
Pizza Bianco.
Pizza Bianco.
Chris Bianco's the chef, and he's actually a chef guy too.
That's a bold claim, dude. I don't know. That's a pretty bold claim.
Yeah, but he's not claiming it.
Oh well, yeah, I know, but even I don't know. That's okay. I'll take it.
You'll take it.
I'll take it.
I didn't say it. I'm
saying
saying what, like, the pundits say.
Right.
What his peers say. What the pizza people say.
The pizza people.
The pizza people that, like, yeah, because it's all like local farms that he gets sources from, and the cooking procedures and the oven and the coal fire oven and stuff. It's like it's pretty legit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's one in LA, I'm definitely down to check it out. I'm like you. Like, I think we do something very similar where we find stuff like through Instagram or something, and we like, oh, that looks good. I want to check that out. There's a sandwich place called Uncle Polly's. Yeah. And it's in downtown LA. There's a few locations. The dude is from New York. He came to LA, and he opened up these sandwich shops. He wanted to do something like a little bit different, so sandwich shops. And what's really cool about his thing is, like, it's almost as if, and this is just my observation, this is not what this person has said or what other people have said. It's almost like he uses the sandwiches as like how we use kind of like trucks, and then he builds a brand around that. So like, his he does like a lot of apparel, and he kind of blew up because he makes these like dad hats that just say Uncle Polly's on it. Yeah. And like Pete Davidson wore one time. Travis what's the rapper's name? Travis
Scott.
Yeah, Travis Scott, like, he wore one. And so then he just kind of blew up just because people were wearing those hats, not because his sandwiches are super good or anything, but they look good, but it's just the this apparel side. Yeah. So I'm really fascinated by that stuff.
This one's different. There's 0 apparel in there, and it's in a old. There's like a little heritage square in downtown Phoenix, and it's in one of the old, like, 1800s houses.
Oh, cool! Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's like very pizza is obviously, like, you could, like, I'll go to Pizza Hut and I'll eat.
Oh yeah, man! Like, I'll eat Little Caesars all day.
yeah. Like that. To me, I'm like, that's great pizza, but then this is like. If you like, it's like Italian, like if you went to Italy. So it's like, yeah, it is. It is. Pizza is interesting in itself.
Yeah, it's like a whole culture.
It is, and,
which is cool because that's kind of like what we're about. We're about these like subcultures and stuff, and pizza is its own culture.
And I've been super into like watching the Barstool guy. He rates pizzas, and he has his own taste. So he went to this place when he was out here for the Super Bowl, and he's like. Yeah, he's like, it's just not for me, because he likes a certain type of pizza, and this was not that type of pizza. He's like, it's super fresh, and it's super like, it's good. It's good, but he goes, I like New Haven, Connecticut type pizza, like.
And that's why I'm saying that's a bold claim, even by the pundits or whoever's saying it. That's a bold claim because pizza is very subjective. Like, you have Chicago style pizza and New York style pizza, and there's even like California pizza. Like there's
there's Detroit.
I mean, it's endless. The list is endless.
It is endless, but like when it comes to, like, I think it's just based on just like the historical factor and the quality of the pizza.
Okay, I can
obviously the taste too.
Well, you tasted it. How was it? Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Was it better than anything you've ever tasted?
No, because I don't look at, like, I'm weird with food like that. I'm not like a fancy food type person. Like, I'm like, I'll eat like crappy Chinese food, and I'm like, tastes so good.
Yeah, wontons on Fremont Street.
Exactly right. I mean, this is the best food ever. But but I also do like to experience, like, oh, this is what good food is supposed to taste like.
Right.
You know, like when you taste the tomato sauce, you're like, oh, this doesn't taste like it came out of a can. But I also like canned tomato sauce.
Right.
So
I have a funny little anecdotal story that might embarrass Angie a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Is that good? Does the audience want to hear that?
Yes.
Okay. So 1 year for our anniversary, we went down to LA like we do, and we went to Crossroads Kitchen. And Crossroads Kitchen is a vegan restaurant in Hollywood, and it's part owned by Travis Barker. And so, when Travis Barker was on, had his show and stuff, like, he would go there all the time. And so we're like, we're going to go check this out. And like all sorts of famous people have eaten there. So we go down there. It wasn't for, I don't know, whatever. It was for Angie's birthday. Sorry. I don't know why I got to clarify that point, but it was for Angie's birthday. So we went down there, and when you go to these types of restaurants and you get, like, usually you would go to a restaurant, you get your menu and you would pick a meal and it'd be like spaghetti, and they give you a spaghetti and that's what you eat. But these really fancy style restaurants, they sell smaller portions by the plate. So like you order like 7 different plates. Well, and they're smaller portions and you get like to taste everything, right? I knew that. Okay. I knew that going in. So we sit down and I don't know if it's just the way I looked or we looked or I don't know. The guy comes up to us and I said, yeah, we'll have this and this. And he goes, now you know that these aren't full meals, and he's like explaining it to like I'm some like I've never been to one of these restaurants before. Yeah. And I'm like, I got it. So I'm all, what was it? And then I looked at Angie, I'm all, is it you or is it me? It's probably me. I look like, they're like, this kid looks like he's from the desert. He don't know shit.
Yeah.
But also that time I ran into this professional skateboarder, really interesting girl who has no legs, and she's a professional skateboarder. So that was cool. I run into everybody all the time. I have this like really keen sense for like people's faces, and that's why like I think people should give me a break when I can't remember their name. Because I will remember a face, like I'll remember a face. And since we're just talking and rambling on, I have an example of that too. A couple days ago, we were at Knott's Berry Farm, and we're going around the park, doing the park stuff, riding, and then we're waiting to get on the bumper cars, and I see this kid and his mom. They get out of a bumper car and they start looking for something, and he's like, I can't find my ring. The kid lost his ring, and I was like watching it. I'm like, in my head, subconsciously, I'm like, I bet you I find this ring. And then they left. And as soon as I got into one of the cars, there's the ring. I go, I told you. So I picked it up, gave it to the attendant, and I said, oh yeah, there's these people ring if they come back. And then again, subconsciously, like, I'll run into them. I know.
Yeah.
Like I know what they look like. I made out their faces. Okay. The whole day goes by. It's like towards the end of the day, we're walking around, and I go, oh hey, I found your ring. And the guy, he's like, what? Are you serious? And it was like, I do that. I can do that. Like I can, faces are like seared into my brain. So if I forget your name, I'm sorry, but I will remember your face forever.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I don't know. So anyway, we got way off track.
Yeah, that's all right. That's what it's all about.
So the concert. So you neglected to mention that. So you went to the bakery and you went to pizza, but then you went to.
Then we went to the concert, and it's all in the same area. It was at the Suns Arena,
which was Blink-182.
Yep, Blink-182, and I was like, I really want to get the T-shirt that because Blink-182 makes a unique T-shirt for every stop that they do.
Yeah, you said that, yeah.
And I was like, I really want that shirt. A lot of the other shirts you can kind of buy on their website, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I was like, but the merch lines are usually like super crazy. But so we showed up and it was like 5:45, and they didn't open until 6:30. And the merch line, I was like, I'm just gonna stand in it, So we get up to the front, and I was like, I want one of the AZ T-shirts in XX, and he's like, we have small and medium left.
Oh no! Jeez.
Okay, I was like, well, let me just get one of those, which was, I have it right here.
Yeah, let's see it.
That one.
Oh, sick. Does it say AZ on it? Oh no, this is a different one.
This is just a tour.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Crappy punk rock, love it.
Yeah, and it's got all the dates on the back.
Sick.
And it's so funny. So these are Toltex T-shirts. They're $40.
Dude, that's the way it is.
And it's so funny because I'm like, yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Not even thinking about it.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, I'll show the people watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it does say Phoenix on it, but I was like, oh, I'll get that. And then the guy was like, well, there's more merch stands inside.
No.
So we walk in, there's a merch stand right there. And I was like, went to walk up, and the lady's like, if you're not VIP, your merch stand is down there. And I'm all, because you could pay more for early entry, and then you get this special. And I was like, ugh. So I went to the peasant merch stand.
Mm-hmm.
They only had extra large.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, well, I'll get an extra large because I plan on being in an extra large at some point. So
Damn,
I got
yeah.
this one. Yeah, so that's what that one is.
Oh, that's the AZ one. Oh, sick. You got it. Oh, that's great. Oh, I like that, man.
Yeah, and it says
That's
Phoenix
cool.
on the front.
That's sick. Hell yeah.
So that
Also a Toltecs?
also a Toltecs, also $40.
Yeah. I really
Yeah.
Will gave me one from Goodfellas. They're like company shirts.
Yeah.
And I like it. Like,
Yeah.
I like it. They're really comfortable. I'm still not completely on board on the whole like super soft t-shirt thing, but you know,
Well, these
I
are
get it.
definitely not super soft.
Oh, really?
these
There must
are-
be a different
they're
different brand, or not a different brand, but like a different style.
So Toltecs 202s, whatever that is. They're soft, but they're not. They're very much like a Spectra.
Okay. Oh, cool.
They're
Interesting.
just a little thinner.
Oh. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you got it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was funny. I was like, man, I bet there's a 2X at the VIP merch stand.
Yeah, I know. Did you so I saw your seats, they were really good.
Yes. So yeah, really good seats, and it opened up with Landon Barker, which is Travis's son.
How was that?
It was good. He's very like he's young. It's so it's funny. He's like
Dude,
19,
he's only like
right?
17 years old.
I think he's 19.
Okay, something like that.
Whatever. He's young.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it was like a 5-piece band or whatever, and he was really good and started like really hype, and then it was so funny. He's like, "All right, guys, this is a song about breaking up," and I'm all.
We're here to
And he started slowing it down. I'm all, no. I was like, bro,
you can't do that.
you're 19. You haven't even like. There's no, don't get into this. And he's like, oh, da-da-da. Then he did a cover song, really, really good. And then he went into some other stuff, and I was like, it was funny. I was like, you need to take a note from your dad's band and just sing about like penises and
Yeah.
farting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's the fun stuff. But
Yeah.
no, he was really good. And then obviously, then Turnstile was really good. Obviously,
Dude, did you like that? That
Oh, yeah,
Turnstile
yeah.
is so good.
yeah, they are amazing. But it's so funny because Blink 182 fans are not Turnstile fans. Like they are, but they do not cross over a lot.
Well, so Turnstile, like, I listen to like a lot of hardcore music and punk, obviously punk rock, but like a lot of hardcore music, and it's kind of hard to define because hardcore and punk are similar, but they're not the same. So hardcore bands from like the 80s are like Suicidal Tendencies, Youth of Today, Gorilla Biscuits. That's like hardcore music. And so since the 80s, early 90s, there haven't been too many hardcore bands. And that is the first like real hardcore band to come out in a really long time because they play straight up hardcore music.
What's funny is they are still poppy though.
Yeah, which
So-
is really cool because that
Yeah.
to me is like the new is like they're the perfect band for today because I've been
Yes.
like watching a lot of videos and stuff about how hip hop has really surpassed rock music as like a dominant force because like in the 90s everything was alternative rock. You know, there was very little hip hop, and if it was well, no, the 90s was a great time for hip hop because you had like Wu-Tang and stuff, but it was still not the dominant music force. But now hip hop is like the number one music. And I think Turnstile is great because they don't necessarily do hip hop, but they do kind of like go off in like a more melodic kind of thing.
The melodic is a good term. And I love the lead singer because he dances a lot.
Dude, yeah, that guy's
He
awesome.
doesn't, but he also doesn't smile. So like he's not up there like it doesn't look like he's having a good time. His facial expressions, but his body movements, he's just like
Yeah.
his hands.
Well,
are
they're
just
all
like-
they're all
and he does
super
like
young
this,
and fit and like
yeah. And so that it was super fun. But there was only probably like in our section there was probably like 5 of us like dotted around that were standing up for Turnstile.
Really, and everybody was just kinda-
everyone was just kind of sitting down because
man.
everybody was there for. I mean, they enjoyed it. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but everyone was there for Blink.
Oh, yeah,
Blink
for
is
sure.
such like a. It's like they're not on the level of like Metallica, or
right. They're
or
pretty
anything.
close, I think.
Nah, they're not even close.
Okay.
Not even close. Like close to us because we know it and we grew up with it. But like you have to look at where people perform. So there's like bars, and then you have then like so in downtown Phoenix you have the Federal. You have like where we saw Papa Roach and stuff like that, which is pretty big. But then you have the next is like the NBA stadium.
Right,
So
arenas.
That's bigger. Metallica plays in like the football stadium.
Oh, okay.
So
Fair
like,
enough.
yeah. So if you put Blink-182 in the football stadium, you're not going to sell enough seats to fill it up.
I see. Yeah.
So there's like levels to it. But our time and our like Blink-182 is just, and the show they put on it was cool because like, you know, there's obviously only 3 of them, so they're not like this big band, and they're not a very like performance-y band like Kiss or
Okay. Not very like grandiose.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's only 3 of them on there, so they're not like spread out along this long stage or whatever. But they put on a very small show, but it was just like, but it was big at the same time.
How was like Tom DeLonge? Because like Tom DeLonge left the band like a few years ago, and then they had the guy from Alkaline Trio, Matt Skiba, was the lead singer for quite a long time actually. And then Tom DeLonge came back, and I've only seen like clips online and stuff, but it's like that. A lot of people say he felt very disconnected from the band.
No way.
No, that's not the vibe in person.
No, not at all.
Because like the Coachella thing was kind of weird.
But the first weekend, watch the second weekend of Coachella.
It's better.
The first weekend of Coachella is always strange. The second, like even like the first weekend of Coachella, when you watch the Gorillas, it's like something's up. And then you watch the second weekend, you're like, oh. So if anyone ever goes to Coachella, go the second weekend.
Okay.
Because they even moved the second weekend of Coachella. They moved Blink from the daytime up to like closer to the nighttime.
Oh, nice.
On the big stage. So it was like, but yeah, no, it was awesome. They were bantering each other. It was really good.
Cool.
And it was just amazing. So many people into everyone knows the lyrics. Obviously.
Yeah, everybody's singing along. That's the best part.
Yeah, but that many people like
at the same time,
and it was funny because the guys that were sitting behind us, it's like they were having a blast. There was a big group of them, probably like 10 of them, and they were very like giddy. Yeah. And me and Chelsea were talking about it today because we were sitting there, and we just sit there and chill. Like we don't. Yeah. And then the people next to us were super chill. The people in front of us were super chill. And but the people, they were just like excited. They were just like, oh my God.
Were they like your age, or were they like younger?
Little younger.
My age?
Midwest. No. Yeah.
No, we're about the same age.
40 to 50, man.
Yeah, I know.
No, they were probably in, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm real bad at telling ages and stuff, but they were annoying.
Okay.
And I just wanted it to, but it's a concert, so it's just like, it's not like a movie where you tell people to be quiet.
Right.
But I just wanted to be like, man, shut up.
So when you say giddy, they were just like laughy, like giggly kind of stuff?
I don't know. It's hard to explain.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So my question is like, I've been thinking about this since you went last night and how we were going to like discuss it. And one thing I'm curious about, because we talk about this a lot, like in what we do, like our scene, like everybody's just kind of growing up together. There's not like a lot of new people coming in. Did you notice that there was a bunch of like older heads up in there? Like, yeah. No, it's young people
because
too.
You have to remember, Blink-182 still makes music. They didn't stop making music. And it's okay. It's like when we went to see Papa Roach, it was the same thing. You have all these old dudes in there and old people, but you also have brand new fans too. Because Blink-182 still made music, like even with what's his name?
That's true.
So it's not like people that they just didn't. They still discovered them.
Yeah, because their catalog is so expansive that the latter part is picking up all the like newer fans. So most of like, I mean, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket came out in what, 2003-ish, 2004?
No idea.
Oh,
I couldn't even tell you a Blink-182 album.
Really? Oh, see, I just did what I said that I didn't want to do.
Well, I told Chelsea, I was like, watch when me and Frank record this today. He's gonna be like, so did they play the song off of this album? And I'll be like, I don't know. I knew every single song except for like one. But I couldn't tell you what albums they were off. I'm not that kind of music fan.
Right.
I'm not a music fan where I'm like I'm a hardcore music fan.
But you don't get into like the details of it kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. See, I do that. I dig way deep and like read. Anyway, low-key with me, funny enough, my favorite Blink album doesn't have Travis Barker on it. Mine is Dude Ranch. That's my favorite one. With like Damn It and New Hope. Like those are my favorite songs because I always when I'm into bands, I usually tend to gravitate towards their earlier music, just because it's like a little more raw. like I love bands with their first albums because when a band comes out with an album, they don't know if they're going to come out with any more. So they like put their everything into that first one. It's like the most raw. It's like all of their emotion. It's how they're really feeling. And then like from there, you know, and I appreciate the other end of the spectrum, which is once you've done all that and you've created a bunch of albums and you get to the other end, it's more like you're refining your craft, you know?
Yeah, but I don't think that is the case with every band. Because
could be.
Well, you got to remember, bands like that, they don't know if their second album's their last album.
Exactly. Well, that's true. Yeah, that's very true.
You know what I mean? They don't even know if they're, I mean, those guys, they don't even know if they're going to be together as a band. So like, I like not the really necessarily like the progress, you know what I mean? But I do like when they're a little bit more like they know each other and they've been through stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because because they never like got to a point where they just changed completely, like some bands do.
That's true. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
True.
Their music was solely based on their age and their experiences.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
I like that.
Yeah. So like when you had some slower songs like Adam's Song and like some of the slower stuff was based on writings of their experiences. And we're growing old as they're growing old. You know what I mean? So we go through similar experiences. And that's why I was saying like with Travis's son, when he was talking about the breakup thing.
You're like, you don't know.
Yeah. You're like, just wait till you go through a real good breakup.
Right.
You know, like,
yeah, but they live on a different planet, man. Like his kid doesn't live on the same planet we live on.
No, but no kids that are 19. They're
no,
totally
I understand what you're saying, but
like,
just
like,
him living life is not us. He doesn't live in reality.
Well, he also didn't grow up like Travis did, like in Fontana.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
you want to know another little low key thing that I have an opinion on? Like, I love Travis Barker as a person. I admire his talent as a musician. I don't like much of the music he makes. Like when he starts like working with other artists, like when he worked with like Machine Gun Kelly and he worked with I'm blanking right now, but like the newer stuff that he like collaborates on, I don't like it. Even because like I love Run the Jewels, like that's one of my top like music that I listen to. I love Run the Jewels, but when they did a song with Travis Barker, I was like, it's not the same. Something's off. Yeah, you know. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't follow Travis like that. So.
But him being from Fontana, from the IE, you know, like just a regular real dude, and now he lives on a different planet. Like
there's levels to Travis. Like so, there's a connection between Travis Barker and the mini truck scene.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'll put the photo right here. But when he had started Famous Stars and Straps, not when he started, but Brent, that used to be in our club, grew up with Travis. They went, you know what I mean? So they were friends, and Brent is actually in one of the CD covers where all have their
Brent
Van. Brent Van,
yeah.
Yeah, the guy that did that tattoo. And so Travis, when he first started Famous Stars and Straps, had a booth at the Forbidden Show, and he showed up there. So I'll put the picture right here. And then there was another time where he showed up at this house that we hung out, where Brent lived, called the Fat Farm. And then, there was just like these connections made. And then there's more recent connections with Dan Hogan, Hoagie Shine, who's painted that orange blazer that I did the video for Dan on. And so there's like these connections with Travis. But it's so weird now, Travis going from like a relatable person to this now.
Yeah, another planet.
Another planet.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea watches like all the Kardashian stuff. So I watch it and I'm just like, this is so weird. It's so strange. So I don't know.
No, I totally get it, and that's sort of what I was alluding to earlier. Like I like the music he makes. I don't know, like
maybe when you get into like that headspace of like he just wants to make different types of stuff with different types of artists because he's so used to working with the same type of artists.
I think that's what it comes down to because like I think being. I don't know. I have no idea, but I guess being like a musical genius like that you crave to create different kind of stuff. Maybe and it kind of relates to what we're doing here. Is like once you start doing the same thing over and over again, like if I was talking to myself 10 years ago and I was telling myself the content I make now, I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, dude, that's so rad. That's exactly what we wanted to do." And then now I would have to break it to him like, yeah, it is. It's cool, but I want to do something different. I want to, and then that person be like, why? You know?
Yeah.
So
why? Because I also think when it comes, like when you make an income, when your income goes higher, and then it allows your creativity level to like not care.
That's a good point.
Because like we have to care about what we do because we only have so much money to put into it.
Right.
If we had an unlimited budget, imagine the t-shirts you could make. You'd be like, yeah, I'm going to make 200 of these t-shirts that I like. I don't even care if anyone else likes them because you don't care about the return. So It's like, same with music. He could be just like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I don't even care. I can do what I want.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't have to do everything to like make money. I could just do what I want.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Speaking of that though, all that art and all these following these artists that do that same guy that does like a lot of the Pearl Jam stuff and a lot of other bands and stuff. It's inspired me to do something different.
What's his name?
Good question.
Because I follow this guy. I don't know his real name. I just know what his Instagram handle is, and his Instagram handle is called Maximum Fluoride.
Mm-hmm. There's so many cool like artists out there that do stuff for music.
And what's really cool is like this guy. So there's a lot of like I don't know what the correct. I want to say NDA, but I don't think that's the correct term. But it's basically like you work on projects, but you can't tell anybody you're working on them.
Yeah.
And so, but later on he can. So like all the time now, because the guy's been in the industry for like 40 years, you know, and he's done art for Metallica and same thing. That Pearl Jam is what made me think about it because he's done that in hundreds of bands. And, you know, he'll be like, oh, yeah, I did all of these for Metallica. Check these out. And you're like, whoa, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy's Ian Williams Art.
Okay. This is not that guy.
Just how it sounds. I just got an email from Lone Star Throwdown about vendor stuff for next year.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Jesus, man. Here it is. Anyways, Ian Williams Art. And there's an art director that also works alongside. And it's called the letter T, S-U-R-T. T-Cert.
T-Cert. Oh, yeah. I get it. Clever.
And he does a bunch of stuff too. So like following all these guys, it unlocked ideas for me. And I just realized it last night. And I sent this photo to Brandon and I go, Brandon at Fuel. And I go, I have an idea. And he goes, yep, let's do that.
Cool.
And I was like,
okay. That's so great. Yeah, that's so cool. And it's so funny because I knew that we would talk about that because I do the same thing. Everything, I try to like look at everything and absorb it and try to like, you know, maybe, you know, do something with it. Yeah. So I was very curious and that's what happened with you and that did. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to have something out, this first thing out pretty, I don't know. That's cool. Pretty soon, but it's going to be, I'll talk to you more about the details later.
Cool.
And let you know. But yeah, what else is going on? So how was Knott's Berry Farm?
It was cool. We went down with the family, with my brother and my dad and my sister, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool to just kind of, you know, just do something different. We get so wrapped up in what we're doing week by week and getting into all this stuff. We talk about that a lot. About just.
Do you guys want to go to Knott's Scary Farm?
Oh year? yeah, dude. I love Knott's Scary Farm.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna go because I want to do Knott's and at Chelsea's never been.
Oh, cool. Right on.
And it's fun with the group. So
it's cool. And also from another perspective, it's like, you know, my dad grew up in Southern California too, so he's been here since. My dad is from England, and they moved to Canada. They moved to Canada in like in the late 50s, and they made their way down through California and ended up in SoCal in like the mid 60s, early mid 60s. So he like grew up in Southern California. So it's cool to have him there. And now my kids, you know, like my dad would tell me about like when Knott's Berry Farm when he was a kid and what they used to do. And then like now I have kids and I get to tell them what I used to do. And so it's kind of cool having everybody there. And we're like telling them, you know, things. And I really like it because it's, you know, me. I'm that dude, very steeped in like Southern California culture, and that's one of them. Like the amusement parks are a part of the fabric that makes up Southern California. So, and I like Disneyland. Obviously, is Disneyland, and it's got its history. It's really cool. But I like Knott's a little bit more for their history because it's a little more unique.
It is.
One thing that like was cool, like one little nugget that I know is I talk about like, you know, 60s counterculture and stuff, and it's like Roth and Dutch. Well, Dutch used to work for Knott's Berry Farm. In the late 60s, early 70s, they used to have this thing called Hollywood Cars of Hollywood or something like that. And it was his job to like maintain these cars. And they'd have like the Batmobile and like different movie cars. And he used to live on the property in a bus, you know. So it's just like that's the little tiny things that I love to like learn and read about and tell other people about. So it was kind of cool. And then my kids are like, yeah, we don't care, man. We want to. When we get on the log ride,
and you're like, oh.
I know.
I'll have to send you. I don't know if my buddy has it unlisted on YouTube or on Vimeo, but he made a thing called Sliders of Ghost Town. So you know the guys that slide on their knees.
Oh yeah.
There's a whole story of that.
Brendan.
Yeah, Braden.
Sorry.
So no, it's all right. Same thing.
Same.
And same. But I got to be a tiny part of that because I got to interview the guy that founded Not Scary Farm.
Yeah, that's cool.
He lives out there he has a house out there near Laughlin that he spends time at and goes out there and mines and all this stuff. And it was super interesting. The whole story behind Not Scary Farm, like that, just the whole thing and the people that put it together is cool. Have you ever been to the Universal Studios one?
What do you mean? Oh, no, I haven't done that one yet. I've been in the Six Flags one and Knott's, but not the Universal one. But I heard that's really good.
I heard it is too, but Knott's is just amazing. Not Scary Farm to me has always been the way they go all out with the everything is just cool.
Again, me like looking. I'm very detail oriented. I'm always looking, and so there's this like stagecoach ride where you ride this anyway. Yeah. So it goes around the park. But I love looking around because they're already starting to build the stuff for Not Scary Farm. So there was a guy down there and with like wood and like you could see like the coffins already being cut out and stuff. Yeah. And it was that's my favorite part. Like I love all the rest, but those are my favorite parts.
Yes. Yeah, and that Sliders was really interesting. You'd like that because it kind of dives into that whole thing. But yeah, the transformation between it's just a regular park during the day and then it just at night transforms. So we want to do that. We want to do that one night and then.
Does Chelsea get super scared?
She doesn't like scary stuff. But I told her, I said,
those are the best people to go with.
I know. Well, I told her, I said, I'm not into that either. Like they have a really big thing out here that they transform this entire like corn place and soccer fields into this huge like mazes. Like I won't go to that because it's just like it doesn't interest me.
Oh, I love it.
Like I love Not Scary Farm, but I'm not like into like the whole horror skipping scare.
Okay,
thing.
Yeah, no, I'm
you
not.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it. I get what you're saying. No, I'm not into that either. I'm not a horror movie guy. I'm not like I don't like. Yeah, I'm definitely not that. But it's just fun, especially like I said, when you go with someone who gets super scared, which is Angie. Yeah, it's so much fun because like they get so scared. It is just fun.
I told Chelsea, I was like, well, for one, I said she goes, she doesn't like when people get up. I said they're not allowed to touch you. Yeah, they will not touch you. Two, when you go through the mazes, you don't even get scared because you're literally in a line. Yeah. There is no like surprise. You see what happens to 10 people in front of you.
Right.
So it's like, but it's just it amazes me the costumes.
Oh yeah,
and the amount of work
production value.
There you go. That's it right there. The production value of the whole thing. And it's fun in groups.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, definitely down. 100% down.
Yeah.
Cool. What else? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that was Knott's. It was cool. It was fun. Oh, that was what I was going to say. Like we always talk about the importance of, because since we're so ingrained in what we do every day, that just taking a break. So like you going to the Blink-182 concert, me going to Knott's, like it's super important. We were talking at the Unfinished Business show. I don't think you were there, but I was talking to like Georgia and Jaime, who do car stuff literally almost every single day.
Oh, they were saying that they've never been to those things. Or she was telling me that she's never been to something. And I was like, you've been out here this long and you've never been to it? I think it was Knott's.
Maybe it was one of those, but we were just talking about the importance of like just doing something not part of this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really important. That's cool. It's great.
Yeah. It's great.
It's great.
It's very neat.
It's very neat.
Yes.
Cool. Anything else about that experience you want to chomp on?
No. Ivan called my shirt that I was wearing vintage.
Oh, that's the other thing. Yes, because you wore a vintage Famous Stars and Straps shirt. Did anybody notice? Like, I know it's like you're not looking for that, but did anybody notice?
Well, it was funny because everyone had like Blink-182 stuff, but it was all new. They just bought it, And I had this like OG Famous shirt on. And I saw a few people, they kind of looked and they kind of whispered to someone next to him and they were just like, oh, what the heck? Yeah.
That's awesome.
But it was funny when Ivan was like, have you just kept that? He goes, did you just buy that? Or have you had it and just kept it in mint condition this whole time?
The latter.
The latter. It hasn't fit me in a long time, and now it fits me, so I can wear it.
That's cool, dude. That was one of my favorite parts when you took the photo of you in Chelsea and you're wearing that shirt. It was so great because like that was such a huge part of. That was like really the early to mid 2000s was like my formative years. Yes, I was in my younger years it was about skateboarding and everything like that. That was a different part of my life. But in my truck life, like the mid 2000s, Famous Stars and Straps, like that's, although I wasn't really into like Cam K or anything like that, but that really capsulized my formative years in the truck scene. And I really like I really like not long for those days, Well,
that's what I was gonna say. Like with music. In general, right? Music it's so important because everyone likes different kind of music, but music also just takes you right back to a certain time period, right? So for me, Blink-182, but more is like Offspring. So Offspring, I used to listen to Offspring when I was in high school. With me and my buddies, 16 years old, driving around, blasting Offspring. So when I hear Offspring, it takes me back to that time, and that's when some of the Blink songs were just like takes you back to this time where you don't care and everyone gets lost in this in the senses. And that's it's music is so important in the videos that we do, and
plays a big part,
huge. And if you pay attention to production value in any movie or in anything, you know what I mean, it's part of the senses. So it's really important, and just it takes you back. So that takes you back to those times when you were younger. And you're just like, oh my God, this was amazing.
I heard a really good thing yesterday that I like. We talk about nostalgia, and I'm going to fuck it all up. But basically, it was saying that if you have nostalgia, that means things are going well. You know what I mean? Like your life is going good so far. If you have nostalgia and you long for the days, when you had a lot of fun, that means your life is going good.
Yeah.
So,
that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. And then that whole, again, Travis and the car scene, it all tied together because Famous, especially in the Inland Empire, because Famous had the shop right there on Magnolia. And he was into cars.
The warehouse is still in Ontario. Like that's their main warehouse is in Ontario. And
when they opened that one up on Magnolia, they didn't tell anyone. But since we knew Brent was like, Blink is going to play there.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
On the opening night, they didn't tell anyone.
Did you go?
No. Oh. I don't know why I didn't go. I think I was either working or something happened and we showed up and they had already shut it down.
Oh. Well, I mean, that it probably was 'cause
they shut it down.
Insane.
Oh, yeah. It closed Magnolia Boulevard. Like it closed, you know what I mean? Like you're talking about by the mall, you know what I mean? So it's like they start playing and people start to find out about it and it's just this big old, and then they shut it. I think that's what happened is we were going and it already shut down.
Famous Stars and Straps also plays a huge part in my life too, because I used to wear Famous all the time. I used to buy it, everything. I still have my belt buckles and stuff. Like, remember when belt buckles were a thing? Like huge belt buckles?
I never wore them.
Dude, I still have all of mine. I have some nice ones. But what I was gonna say is like, that played a huge part in Southern California culture too, and the truck culture and the car culture in general. I think Travis Barker is single-handedly responsible for the Cadillac craze of the mid 2000s.
He's definitely was a big part of it.
Yeah. Maybe single-handedly is a bit bold, but remember that time in the mid 2000s when everybody had a freaking Cadillac?
Yep,
dude. Or all of Ernie's Cadillacs, like, dude, it was a thing. I had a 61. I still have my other one. I have my 83 still, but I had a 61 Fleetwood.
Four-door?
Of course. Duh.
That doesn't count.
Duh. Come on.
Did Travis ever have a four-door?
No, but he's also ultra rich.
That's why. No, he's ultra cool.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
We are not ultra cool, and we are also not ultra rich. So 4 doors it is.
4 doors forever, baby. 4 doors forever.
I was like, I know I have old Famous stickers. So I looked at I have a little wooden box, and it's got some old newspaper clippings that I have, and it's got a little sticker, and it says, "I heart oral sex." Famous Stars and Straps.
Oh, that was like the very, very, very first one.
Very, very first one.
Yeah.
Yep. And then remember the other one was "F Me, I'm Famous."
Yeah. Those were like those were back when those were like in the very beginning when people didn't even know what it was. Like, and people were still like, what, yeah. That's really cool.
And do you remember the Famous shirts that had 3 Fs on them?
Oh, the ones that the club made? All right, no, the club.
the
never
club.
made 'em?
No, Famous made them.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know
They
that.
were triple F Famous T-shirts, and so we always used to tell people that they made them for us,
That's cool.
and they didn't. But we always said it because we were like, well, our club member is best friends with Travis, so
Yeah.
they made Forbidden shirts.
It only makes sense.
Yeah,
And I remember one time, like, I was kicking around ideas about, shirt designs for the club and stuff, and I did that, and you're like, that's a little too close to home. Maybe we shouldn't do that.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it later. Now it's vintage, as Ivan says.
It's vintage. It's homage, so to speak.
And it's vintage to Ivan, and it's classic rock to Chelsea. Yeah,
She said that?
no. I told her to say that because Rob was like, "Does Chelsea even know who Blink is?" And I was like, "Tell him it's classic rock."
Classic rock.
Yeah.
Play it on what's it? Man, what?
Oh, Kalos.
Yeah, 95.5.
KLOS?
95.5. Yeah. That was the classic rock station.
Yeah, that's funny. Or when you see movies on American Movie Classics AMC, and you're like, "Wait,
Wait,
I watched that movie in my 20s.
Yeah.
And now it's on American Movie Classics."
it happens. It happened to our parents' generation too. But
I know.
Oh well. Yeah. Anyways, moving right along.
Moving right along. So what else are we going to talk
We
about?
got
'Cause there is
questions. Earlier this week, I asked our very good viewers and listeners to ask us some questions, and they, like always, they delivered. And we have some stuff to talk about.
Are we dropping in? Are we dropping in?
We're
right
dropping in. Hit it.
now? I don't know where my mouse is. There it is.
Hit it.
Wait.
Okay.
It's on page 2.
Oh.
Ready and go.
And drop.
Dropping in.
Drop in.
Drop.
I dropped everything. I knew the drops would come.
Drop it!
Roulette said that's his favorite part because he knows we can't hear it.
Was it over?
Yeah, it's over.
Okay.
Hold on. Babe, will you shut the door? Thank you. Chelsea. Oh, yeah, see? What do you... Chelsea she was at the grocery store, so she came in, flipped me off, tried to shut my door, and it's all getting caught up on the rug.
Great. Yeah, dropping in.
Okay.
Welcome to dropping in. This is the dropping in on the drop. Like I said, we got lots of great questions. Did you have a chance to look them over?
I haven't even looked at them. I wanted to be surprised
This is
by
cold
them.
call. I'm cold calling you because usually you're cold calling me.
I was going to message you and be like, we should just cold call each other.
Oh, well, and then the one time that you were thinking about that, I come up with these detailed freaking notes. Man, we are something else, I swear.
We are. Yes. All right, go ahead.
All right, well, we're just going to start here right at the top. Like I said, we got some good ones. But we got one rad OBS. All these are from Instagram. So when I say their handles, it's from Instagram. _.
Do they have their real names too, or just
I just have their handles on here. A couple of them I know, like Ivan asked a couple questions.
we don't need to answer those.
Or Daniel asked a good question.
I tell Ivan we'll answer his questions when he finishes his truck.
Baby steps. He brought his frame to roll in the Red Rocks. So
He brought his frame to Rolling Rocks because it was laying there and ready to go.
damn.
I mean, come on now.
I mean, come on, Ivan.
Yeah.
Be better.
All right.
Anyway, all right. So we're gonna start here with it's on the wrong page. This one is actually retro_OBS_, and he says is it fit and finish, style, paint quality? What's needed to stand out and not be a me too? That is the second time I've heard that phrase being used, me too. And I didn't understand it. I was hanging out with Shane, and he was talking about that, about when he was actually he talked about it on this podcast when I had him here and we did his little thing talking about his show. He was talking about when he was younger, he went to a show and saw their mini trucks. He's like, oh, I found a bunch of me too's. And I didn't understand that, but I guess it just means people that are similar to him. But then this guy's using it more as a derogatory term, as not to be a me too. I don't know.
Not to be a copycat?
Copycat? Is that what he means?
I don't know. The only Me Too I know is the women's movement.
Right, I know. That's why I was also confused as well. So, but
Yeah.
I just realized that's the second time I've heard that, and I don't know.
No.
But I guess not to be a me too. So yeah, I guess a copycat. That's what he's asking. Is like, what does it take to stand out?
What does it take to? Oh shoot! Oh,
So and like I think we've touched on this before about like doing mods and stuff. Like it's a really fine line, because like he's asking, what can you do to be different but still have quality, basically? Because we talk about before about how people doing like crazy mods, you know, just to be different in quotation marks, you know, when really to stand out, it's more like the quality, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, and honestly, you can just do whatever you want. And obviously you look at things and you're just like, oh, that's cool. I want to do that as well. And that's okay too. Like, it's okay to like copy someone.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we're all going to bag and body drop our trucks for the most part, or lower them. Mm-hmm. So you just copied that other person. You know what I mean? Like, so there's the first step. And then the second step is like, okay, you know, I saw these seats. I really like those seats in that truck, so I'm going to do that as well. You know, so I don't know. It's just one of those questions that it's going to be asked over and over again, because people get mad. People will do things and they get mad when someone else copies them, and I see that to a point. Like if you copy their exact paint,
yeah, that would be weird. I think there's
exact graphics, unless it's a tribute, like when they do that in Japan. That's more of like a tribute. But yeah, I don't know, because people paint their trucks red, people paint their trucks black, people. Graphics look very similar to other graphics.
Right.
I don't know. Just do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. And I think like when he talks about the fit and finish, to me, I'd rather see something that is very cleanly done, really paid attention to detail and that fit and finish and the final product, than doing stuff just to do it. Like, you know, if you,
I can give you a good example for that now that I think of it. So Dean from our club in Dallas, one time he had this little Mazda truck and he like took a photo of it, and it had just like compressors and a tank sitting in the bed, and their wires were all messy and all over the place. And I was like, dude, spend some time on that. And so I would rather not even be airbagged than have wires and stuff all over the place.
Yeah, that's my point. And that's what I was going to say is like, you could have two trucks sitting next to each other. One could have a crazy chop, fully shaved, like all this crazy stuff done, but really like not the greatest, you know, like not the greatest execution. And then right next to it, you could have a super clean truck, single color paint, clean interior, you know, simple. No, I don't want to say simple wheels or anything, but you understand the sentiment that I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I think,
I would definitely rather see fit and finish.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I was about to say.
Take your time. You know, if you're cutting a hole in your bed, make sure it's like, I'd rather see a stock truck than a truck that's just not nice.
Yeah.
Like not nice. When I say nice is just like, yeah, if you're going to cut a hole in the bed, make sure the hole's straight. Make sure it's not all rusty. You know what I mean? Like, make sure your wiring's not all, you know, if you have a bunch of wiring, zip tie it up and try to hide it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you know, sometimes people get wrapped up in like kind of like a almost like a shock value thing when they're like, well, I'm going to chop my truck. And you're just like, well, why don't you just like make it nice and finish it before that?
Like,
you know what I mean?
Like when Steve was going to put his roll down back window.
Back window, Steve.
And we had a 2-hour bash fest on Steve.
Dude, did you see at the Unfinished Business show next to Steve's truck there was a S10, an extra cab S10, and what they did was this is so funny that it just reminded me of it. What they did was they took basically like mounts that would be on like an S10 Blazer. You know how the back windows used to pop open like this?
Oh, I did see that.
And so I walk back in the booth, I sit down, and I'm like, oh, and I just was sitting down, I was looking, I'm like, oh, hey, check that out. That's pretty cool, like what they did. And Steve goes, and my roll down back window wasn't cool?
We're not saying your roll down back window wasn't cool, Steve. We're saying there are other things to address before that.
Yes, I think that's
like
the point.
Exactly what
That's
it
the
was.
point.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're going to spend thousands of dollars on something, make sure the truck looks nice and then do that.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Appropriate your funds.
Appropriate your funds accordingly. Steve, you have a really cool truck. Just paint it and it'd be even cooler.
I think it's cool now.
I mean, clean it up. Anyway,
Listen,
sorry,
Frank.
Steve.
Listen, Rusty Lugnut, Frank.
Steve right now is like, hold on. Wait a minute.
minute.
And he's going to start texting me. He's like, you son of a... No, I was kidding. No, it's
I
okay,
know.
Steve.
For me or Frank to be telling anyone.
I know, we're like...
Anything.
Yeah.
But you guys asked the question, so we have to say it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty bold of us to do all this. But anyway.
I
So the next... like I said, I'm not gonna go through every single one, just a few. But this is.
Well, make sure you like cross them out as you do
Yeah.
them, because so we know for next week when we don't have anything to talk about.
Yes.
We can talk.
Yeah,
about
yeah, definitely. Okay, so this one's a good one. This is from Street Icons _Dina. I actually know this guy. He lives in like Massachusetts. I don't know how to say that.
Massive.
I don't.
Massive two shits.
Massive, yeah. I don't know how to say that state. I'm sorry.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, New England, the New England area.
Massachusetts.
Okay, cool. So the New England area, and so he asks, what do you do when you're one of the few people into mini trucks in your area? Which is kind of like the reason I was so kind of at it, like specifically talking about where he's from is the New England area. I don't think there's a lot of truck culture there, you know. So he's sort of like out there by himself. He's building a couple. He's got a if I remember correctly, he has a Frontier and an S10 that he's building, and they're cool. I like them. I was gonna say because like I'm kind of like almost in a very similar spot. I mean, yes, I live here and there's a lot of truck culture and stuff going on, but my town specifically, the truck culture's
because there's truck shows in your town.
That's true. Yeah, I can't really say that. I'm sorry.
No,
and again, Shane, I'm sorry. Yes, the cancer show is coming up.
Oh, that was so. I would talk to him on the phone the other night. I was like, "Have you listened to the most recent 2 podcasts?" And he goes, "Not yet." I'm like, "You're gonna laugh."
You know what? Know something cool about that show though? That's my birthday weekend.
Oh yeah,
and
are you going?
Well, yeah, because you're coming out. Like the club is coming up. It's like a little pseudo. Everybody's coming for my birthday.
No one's coming for your. No one even.
Can
you're not even getting a cake. You had a birthday last year. You don't get a birthday.
Can
every
you
year
humor
now,
me, please? Everybody's coming for my birthday.
Shane's throwing a show for your birthday.
Thanks, Shane.
It's not cancer related. It's Frank related.
Well, I mean, I can have my little thing, but anyway,
you have a little cake at the show, and you're like, anyone want to wish me happy birthday?
Anybody want? Hey, anyway, way off track. But yeah, we were talking about,
and it's a night show.
It is.
Yeah, it goes till 10 p.m.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It goes from like 1 to 10.
Pay attention to these freaking details. I'm sorry, Shane.
No, it's all right. I'm read the club text messages.
Freewheeling.
So back to massive 2 shits.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that sucks because that whole area is it's like far from everything else too. It's not like your area where you can just like go down the hill.
That's true. I was all trying to like make it like a pseudo thing that I could relate to, but I guess I can't.
I would do because that whole area is really big in the Euro scene. I would just take my trucks to Euro shows.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Just like build your truck and enjoy it. Like, why don't worry about who else is gonna be there, or like, you know, if there are other like-minded people, you may create other like-minded people. You don't know. Just build your truck.
Well,
and
and like-minded people also build other things. So like if you took your truck to a Euro show, those are kind of like-minded people as far as like modifying vehicles.
Yeah.
And you're gonna stand out.
Yeah, and people will appreciate that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, or move.
I mean, that's Arizona and California.
Yeah, move to Phoenix, man. We got stuff
That's
going
like,
on all the time.
I don't know, man. Yeah, the more I think, like, yeah, Arizona is a huge hub for what we do.
Just the Southwest in general, just because of weather.
No, for
just
sure.
because of weather.
Well, and that's what that dude battles a lot. Like, I follow him on Instagram and stuff, and he like as soon as it starts snowing, man, like that's it, pack it away, because like back east, a lot of road salt, like stuff like that, like but yeah.
Well, we pack it up here, and we've been lucky. It's been the weather's held off, but we're 110 starting this weekend.
Ooh,
so
brutal.
And there's sunset cruise nights this weekend too. So
the pizza one.
The pizza one, which is now it already passed,
yeah.
so I might go.
Oh, cool.
But I'm not going to hold myself to it.
Let us know in the comments if Brian showed up.
I didn't.
Oh, he didn't. Like how you're like no. Yeah. So I hope that helps. This is an interesting one. Okay. This person is spare_change_Mazda. He asked, could you go into depth more about Low Lux and the history behind it? I don't know like every fine detail, just like as an observer, and I have a little bit of a deep cut for you on that one. It was basically a Hilux truck that Mike Alexander owned, and him and Bobby built it with Bobby from Sadistic Ironworks, and him built it over the years. The earliest iteration I remember of it was like kind of like a rat roddy kind of look. Remember that when it was at Forbidden years ago?
Yes, I did. I have the like I know what truck it is. I have no idea about anything about this truck.
Which is funny because the deep cut I'm about to give you. Because I said, yeah, I remember it as a rat rod at the Forbidden Show. I remember watching a YouTube video about it on about Bobby and building it. So I went to go search for it. Guess who made the video?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you did. So
yeah, I know. I mean, I knew like it was at the shop. We didn't make a video about that truck.
No, I know. It was just it was like
about
overall,
Bobby itself.
Yeah.
We used that truck to make sparks. So I had B-roll.
That's right. Yeah.
So if you watch that, all the panning and stuff, that's all fake. Like he was just, I was like, weld something.
And just grinding on it. I liked it. Like I went, since I was looking for it, I went back and rewatched it, and I love watching your early videos. Just like, because exactly why I was like, okay. I'm going to preface this with, something. But when I was talking about bands and like their first albums and stuff, putting a lot of passion and stuff into it, like I like watching your early videos because I can tell that you were. I mean, and what I mean is, I don't mean to say you're not super stoked on stuff now, but it's cool to see the early ones.
No, I 100% agree. That is a very agreeable statement because I was like trying to do certain things, and when you're trying, you just try harder.
Yeah.
And now it's not that I don't try harder now. I just don't have to try harder now. And that kind of sucks sometimes. You get like burned out on something. So you just kind of go a different direction. But yeah.
So if this person is curious about not necessarily learning more about it because no one really talks about it, but seeing it in different stages, watch that video that you made. That's on your channel. That's a Sadistic Ironworks
Probably
video.
Just go on Sadistic or Bobby's maybe Facebook or Mike's Facebook.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they might have Mike probably has an album.
Yeah. And then another one. Remember when they brought it back to the Forbidden Show a few years later? That's when the frame was already done, the cab was on it, and Mike was pushing it around and stuff. But if you watch a low life clip on it, that you could see it there. And then finally we saw it at Maggie Valley when we were out there. It was cool. Completely finished. It was all done because Mike had sold it to somebody who sold. I don't know the exact details. And this other guy ended up with it. Finish it. It's pretty cool. It's still black. It still says Low Lux in the back, which I think it's Bob Grant. Or did Bob do that?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. It's kind of like Mike Alexander's thing.
Yeah.
Great ideas, never finishes them. Someone else does.
And they did a good job. I like it.
And the
wheels, I'm like, and I'm sorry if the person who owns it now is listening, and I don't know about the wheels.
I don't even remember what was on it.
Just some like billet style, but like I don't know. Anyway,
well, that truck needs that style of wheel. You can't put like a '90s chrome wheel on.
No. I'm just like the style of billet that was used. I would go with a different style. That's just me. Like I said, that guy's probably like, you build the damn truck then, jerk.
That guy's definitely not listening.
Okay, moving on. This is also a good one because we kind of wax on this subject quite often, and not this particular subject particularly. I said that very weird, but subjects like it. This person asks, this is actually a funny name. It's WWJ Drive _ Chevy, which I think he's alluding to. What would Jesus drive? _ he would drive a Chevy. That's clever. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, Jesus built my hot rod.
Yeah.
Ministry.
He thought on good, nice cut. I like that. Thoughts on lowered long beds. Because we talk about 4 doors, 4 doors not being
like a mini truck long bed.
I think he doesn't say specifically. I just think in general.
I think if you like them, do it. I think again, that's another thing. Like I have my opinion on stuff. I do like certain long beds. I don't like certain long beds. But if you like the look, here's the thing. This goes back to the Me Too guy question. If you're doing something out of spite because not everyone else does it, don't do that. Because in the end, you're going to put money into something that you actually don't really like. So if you're just like, all these C10s, they're all short beds. I'm going to do a long bed.
Yeah.
Do it only if you like the look. Don't do it because you're just like, I want to be different.
Yeah.
Because a long bed C10 looks different, like looks a little odd compared to like a standard C10 when it comes to proportions. But if you like that,
then do
doing.
Yeah. Well, I want to take it like one little cut deeper. Okay, so we talk about that, and there's actually Matador Customs out where you're at. He specializes in taking long beds, chopping them down, and doesn't he also like specialize?
No, that's Metalox.
Oh, I'm sorry, Metalox. Yeah, Metalox.
Matador also can do that, but when it comes to specializing, you're talking about Metalox.
Okay.
It's Kyle from Metalox.
Okay, so yeah, does he also do the big back window conversions?
He can.
Who's
but
that?
Big back window. I don't know. Everyone.
Oh,
yeah, because they're not hard.
Oh,
They're
okay.
you just literally you like a big back window. I did it at Tray 5. We filmed one, and I was like, oh, that's all you do.
Yeah, it's basically because the template's already there for the bigger back window in the body line, right?
No, you just you just undo the rivets and you pull that out and you put the whole back of the.
I didn't know that.
And it literally glues on.
That's so funny.
Like the whole back of the cab.
So
Anyways.
here's my question. Like here's what my deeper cut on that subject is. Obviously, short beds and big window trucks are worth more. The early 50 Chevys 5 windows are worth more. Is it? And I'm gonna use this term, not whatever. Is it cheating? Is it cheating by taking something that was a long bed, small window and turning it into a short bed, big window and advertising it as such? Or is it more, I guess, is it more of a, hold on, wait. I just want to finish this last thought. Is it more of, I don't know if it's a flex or if it's better or to find an original big window, short bed?
So when it comes to value, original is better. It's going to tell you, like you'll know if the truck's been converted or not.
Right.
When it comes to like just wanting to do it, no, it's definitely like, because if I had if I was like, okay, this short bed is $100,000, this long bed is $20,000, and to shorten the bed is $5,000. I'm going with the long bed.
Right.
Because when you finish that truck and it rolls across Barrett, no one cares.
Well, that was
if it's an original short. But now if you're some sort of purist,
that's what I was gonna say.
And you're not going to do what I'm going to do to a truck, which is going to be I'm going to take the stock chassis out of it. I'm going to put a new chassis in it. I'm going to cut it up anyways. Doesn't matter. It's like, oh, imagine like a full GSI chassis laid out on the ground, 22-inch wheels, different interior. And they go, yeah, but it's not an original bed.
That's what I was sort of like talking about, because there could be someone like that. There could be some.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
there's people like in the Blazer scene too. They're like, oh, is that an original two-wheel drive that you slammed, or is that a four-wheel drive converted to a two-wheel drive?
Right.
So the original two-wheel drives are worth more than a four-wheel drive converted.
Which is funny because if you look at it through my lens with my 4Runner, it's like I don't even know this. This is just me making this up. But like it's like, oh, this was a 4-wheel drive 4Runner. Now it's a 2-wheel drive bag 4Runner. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I don't know. It's all opinion, I guess.
Yeah, and it just depends on why. But if that person's talking about the sense of like, is it okay to build a long bed? I don't know if he's.
Well, let me reread it for you real quick.
Yeah.
He just said, well, no, it's just exactly what we're talking about. It says thoughts on lowered long beds. He doesn't say if it's a plus or minus either way. He just says, what's your thoughts? Those are our thoughts.
Yeah, those are our thoughts. Yeah, because there are some long beds like that I like, and there are some that I'm like, that just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't,
because it all depends on the back wheel placement too.
Oh yeah.
Some manufacturers leave the back wheel in the same spot as a standard cab long bed versus like an extra cab short bed, and some change it. So when you look at the side of a vehicle, is that wheel, look at the back wheel proportion to the back of the cab and proportion to the back of the truck.
Right.
Don't just look at the bed, look at all those proportions too.
Right.
So
yeah, it's just a little deeper. I didn't really get my thought. I don't like them. No, I don't like long beds. No, sorry.
I'm surprised.
I know,
I would figure
you
you
were
would be like
surprised. You would think
4 doors, long beds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't like them because of that exact reason. They look weird, especially when you get
well,
into
some don't, like Toyotas, like 89 to 95s. They look pretty cool.
Again, I don't like those. Like especially if it's a standard cab. I'm like,
oh yeah, no, I don't like standard cabs.
I saw the other day. I saw an extra cab long bed one, 86 body style. And I was like, oh okay, that's pretty cool. But overall, I'm still like, nah, I'd rather have a short bed. But
yeah, it depends too. It depends on the size of the wheels you put on there.
Yeah,
because if you put small wheels, if you put small wheels, it's going to exaggerate the size of the bed. If you put big wheels, it's going to help the bed.
And I've seen that too. So, I've seen people do like C10 long beds, standard cabs, and they put them on like like hubcaps or like stock wheels with hubcaps, and it doesn't look right. But again, who are we?
Do whatever
you want. A couple ones that we could just rip through really quick to finish up here. Oh wait, hold on, sorry.
Yeah, save us some for next week
for sure. Well, these are quick ones that we can rip through. Hold on, I'm sorry. Butch Loco asks, y'all hitting up Day to Remember a State Line in Vegas? Yeah, we
No,
we're not. No.
In fact, I was just we're having our 30-year anniversary there.
Yeah,
So
we've been talking about it for months that we're going to be there.
I was just talking to Tony Newman from Indiana from our club.
Oh.
And he goes, I might come out for the end of SEMA, do the 30 year, and then stay for Dino's.
Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, because it's the next weekend, 100%. Huh?
Yeah, I said, just do that. I said, go to the 30 year, go to SoCal, do SoCal things, beaches. I said, then come to Arizona, do Arizona things like mountains and canyons and stuff. And then do Dino's and then go home.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's exciting. This one we can get into later. And actually that one we can get into later because those are kind of longer. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have a suggestion for somebody.
Yeah.
Someone should do a truck show, whether it's maybe it's just a truck show in general for mini trucks, C10s, whatever, in Reno.
Oh yeah. We didn't even talk about your Reno trip.
Yeah, I was in Reno, and I haven't been to Reno since I went to Hot August Nights in Reno in the late 90s. Reno was I don't want to say thriving, but man, when we went to downtown Reno this last time. It was pretty bad. They didn't really recover from COVID and all that stuff. Yeah. And it's also just Reno. It's just not.
I've never been there.
Oh, it's so cool. It's so nice because you have Lake Tahoe on one side of the mountains, so you have all these snow-capped mountains, and then you're in the valley of Reno, and they have some really nice properties there. And the truck show was at this place called the Grand Resort, which was right by the airport. And I was like, and it's an RV park, and they got a lake on there, and it's just good views, good weather. The hotel's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Someone should do a truck show there.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you would draw from the Northwest. You would draw from the Central California Valley. You would draw from the Vegas area. You would draw from
SoCal, Arizona.
Yeah. So if someone's just like, man, what would be a good place for a show? Oh, and Salt Lake City's not far.
Yeah, that's true.
So someone should do a show in Reno.
Yeah, that's cool.
Please. It would be fun. Like I said, you have direct flights from Phoenix. So if people just want to fly there, that's what I did. So you have an international airport, you've got hotel, casinos, big properties, and they want your business. Someone should do a show in Reno.
Yeah, good suggestion.
And it could be at any time of the year, like right now, because it's still cool outside.
Does it get very hot in Reno during the summer months? I know they have hot August nights.
Yes, it does get hot. I don't know how hot exactly, but I mean, you could throw a show in June, which is right now. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Someone should do that.
Awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, I was there with Stay Loaded for a big, huge diesel truck event. There's 1,000 diesel trucks there.
Oh, cool.
It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Great.
Yeah. I was at the Blink-182 concert last night, and some guy walked down the aisle with the Stay Loaded shirt on.
I see so many Stay Loaded shirts everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's crazy.
It's you, man. No, I was kidding.
I would like to think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. What else? What do you have going on this weekend?
No, it's Father's Day. I'm not doing nothing.
What's the difference from any other weekend?
We do everything.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But that's what you want to do for Father's Day.
The kids
is
keep
nothing?
on asking me. Yeah, they're like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, I say this every year. I said, I don't want to do anything. I just want to chill, watch baseball. Usually I'm watching basketball because, the team doesn't get almost swept 4-1. So basketball usually tends to last a little longer. So we're watching basketball that weekend. But Miami sucks. No, they don't suck. They're a good team. But anyway,
Denver's just was really
good. Denver was really good. Give it up to those guys for winning it all, which is awesome. But no, there's baseball. They were like, you don't want to go to the beach? I was like, no. But it's fun.
I
said, no,
this is what I want to do. I want to watch baseball, and then I want to go in my office and drink beer and watch videos and edit videos.
Well, I'm not going to edit them. Everything up until that.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Because they're like, oh, let's go to the beach. And I'm like, No, because we got to get up early. We got to load the car. I got to drive down there. We got to unload the stuff. We got to do the beach thing. We got to load everything back up. And then I have to drive us back home.
You're like, check this out. I want to go to the beach on Father's Day when you get your license and you can just drive me down there.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? And that's why I don't want to do anything. I just want to chill. Oh, and that was yesterday. So happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Good job, guys.
Good job, guys. Keeping it real.
Keep doing the good work.
Dad stuff. Today is Thursday. I have a trip that I'm going on tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
And it's starting this project that I'm filming, and I don't know when the first episode's going to be released, but it's a big long project, so I'm excited about it.
With
it just involves all my trucks.
Okay. Oh, with your trucks.
My trucks. And it starts.
Hold on.
It starts at 3:00 in the morning.
Someone asked that. Someone asked Brian's next project, and that was from Madres. Wait, no, MADESERTRAT, whatever that spells.
My next project involves 3 things, and they all have to line up in order to work. And I will be putting stuff on the YouTube channel. I just don't know when, because I don't want to put one on there and wait so long in between.
Yeah. Dude, I'm excited.
So,
I don't know. And for the viewers, listeners, I don't even know what's going on, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I think you know a few tidbits about here and there, but I'm trying to. It's hard. I don't like keeping things secret.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But at the same time, I do like a little bit of I'd like to get it on the YouTube channel and then talk about it here.
Hold on. This is why I don't like writing notes during the thing, because now I feel like I'm ignoring you. But that gave me a thought. Hold on.
Okay. No, do that, because I do that all the time. I'm just like this, and I write notes.
Yeah, because that's a really good topic for another episode. Is the whole thing where people get mad. I've heard this before, and I'm not saying anybody specifically. I've heard many people say that the internet's ruining builds because there's no surprise anymore or anything like that. So we could talk.
Well, you're just not following the right people, because there are shops out there that do not post anything until it's done. And when we talk about that, I'll tell you a couple. Mm-hmm. And I'll also tell you how Jeremy at Tray 5 is the worst about this stuff.
Well, we'll talk about that maybe another episode.
Maybe next week we'll talk about it.
Let's do that. Okay.
So stay tuned next week when we
delve into the secrecy of builds.
Of builds and the internet and how. Yeah, so that's it. We're giving us the radio away still. And there's.
I don't. You probably didn't notice, because that's the point, is you're not supposed to notice. But I upgraded my internet. I'm working full capacity here. I even moved the router into my office. It was in the living room, so I moved the router into my office, so it's right there. So I'm pumping in that good internet. So when we do the giveaway, it's not going to be a choppy, chaotic mess.
Yeah, and if it's still a choppy, chaotic mess, you have to go buy a new router.
This is brand new. The guys just dropped it off.
Oh, it's like you didn't buy it yourself.
No, they brought it to me and upgraded the internet, made it faster.
Oh,
they put a router. I got boosters all over the house, man. We are connected.
You're
out
boosted
here at the compound in the middle of nowhere.
They're like, sorry, sir, we don't offer anything above 1 gigabyte there.
When I was trying to look at different TV providers, they said I got it all signed up. They're like, yeah, no problem, all signed up. Okay, we'll see you soon. 10 minutes later, I get a phone call there's no service down your road. Well, the housing tract next to us, they have it. Yeah, but not your dirt road. I'm sorry, sir.
No,
goodbye.
They didn't go under the road. They didn't go under the road.
They didn't go under the road.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We still have drop t-shirts. We did sell a bunch of them, but we still have some. So those are still on the website.
Grinder-tv.com. That's where you can find those.
Yep. And then Custom Life, you have stuff. So anything you buy off in our websites goes towards the Double Din
backup camera.
Is that what they're still called? Do they still call them double
That's what
dins?
I've been calling it, because that's the only thing I know how to call it.
Yeah, it's a radio. Double Din. I don't even know if it's a radio. Does it get AM, FM?
I'm pretty sure. Anyway. All right, cool. Well, thanks for tuning in this week. Right. We'll see you next week. Later.